know how many of you have been paying attention to this background over these past 2 years I've been doing this, but this little guy's been peeking out every now and then. This was a birthday gift from a pal of mine a while back, and I played Halo with them incessantly. So I saw a trailer for this, and I was like, please don't be horrible. Yeah, so Halo is now a television series. It's on Paramount Plus. All 9 episodes that we have so far are available for you guys to stream right now. It's there, and it stars Pablo Schreiber as Master Chief. I never thought that I would see a piece of entertainment outside of the video game realm come to form for Halo. And yet, here we are. The basic premise is that it's an epic 26th century conflict between humanity and an alien threat known as the Covenant. And this is a standalone story that takes place within its own silver timeline that's separate from and inspired by the core canon. Basically what they're saying is they want this Halo franchise to be kind of like the MCU in a way. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is vastly different from how it's presented in the comics. So I guess they wanted to present this series like a different style as opposed to the video games. And I gotta say, guys, yeah, as a big Halo fan growing up, I was pumped. My parents didn't really let me play a whole bunch of M-rated video games when I was younger, but now I'm sitting here playing all these amazing campaigns in Red Dead Redemption. Grand Theft Auto 5 is in there. Point being, I play a lot of M-rated games now. Halo was the first one that I ever got a chance to play. And growing up, you were either a Halo guy or you were a Call of Duty guy. You weren't someone that was like, oh yeah, I love Halo, but yeah, Call of Duty's alright. Even though I played Call of Duty, it was fun. Halo was the game that I always gravitated towards. I have vivid memories, specifically of playing Halo 3 with my neighbors in one of their garages, putting together all these different maps on Forge. Sandtrap was a go-to for a lot of us. But basically, we were trying to come up with the most ridiculous game variation of Infection that you could. And you know what? That's a lot of fun. Every time I see that Halo logo anywhere, that's always what I think of. And then as I get older into my teens, I'm playing Halo 4 with a bunch of my theater friends. Halo Reach was definitely up there, but I wasn't playing it as religiously as 3 and 4. And then unfortunately, I kind of got interested in other things, and my Halo gaming experiences kind of fell off a cliff after that. But then I saw that Paramount Plus was making a TV series on this, and I was like, dear God, why do you do that? Don't ruin Halo. And let me just say, for the record, I know there's a lot of people that are hating on this Halo series altogether, but after sitting through all 9 episodes, I can definitely see some issues with it, but the main thing that I really want to drive home is that the action in this series so fun. The premiere episode in particular I thought was fantastic. This big opening fight sequence that's on a Sandtrap-like planet. You have all these familiar vehicles like Warthogs coming into the equation. You have Covenants wielding Needlers, which was a go-to weapon for me. And seeing Master Chief hijack a Banshee, which was definitely my go-to vehicle online, that was so much fun. I was definitely more of the online multiplayer person for Halo when it came to picking it up and playing it. The campaigns were there. I mean, I wasn't as fully into the story mode, as it were. Halo was more so a game that I picked up and played with my friends, and I texted them and I was like, hey, do you want to play Halo tonight? So the campaigns were never really that interesting to me. The story of this series is really where I kind of start to take some issues here. Not that this story is bad by any stretch, but here's my thing. You guys probably have heard of The Mandalorian, right? Pretty damn good show. And that is exclusive to the streaming platform for Disney. This just kind of feels like the studio's answer to The Mandalorian in a lot of ways. And as hard as these actors are trying, Pablo Schreiber is awesome in this series as Master Chief. He gives such a stoic, stone-cold performance. This is a character who they try to give some backstory to, and it's definitely... the idea is there. I don't want to get too deep into spoilers, but it does involve the memory of the Master Chief and basically this past coming back to haunt him. And that's all well and fine. But, again, I just couldn't help but look at the Master Chief, and he's taking his helmet off and everything. It's pretty much the Mandalorian if he had the freedom to take his helmet off every now and then. And besides from our main character, all these other supporting cast members to me were not really all that intriguing. And that's a little bit worrisome, especially since Paramount is planning for more seasons of Halo. Which, if it's just based in the action alone, hell yeah, give me some more of those epic battle sequences that you gave me here. This really felt like war. It is just a pure alien bloodbath out here. Some of these Covenant characters are definitely leaning towards the Supreme Leader Snoke territory, where I can definitely tell it's CGI. But the design is certainly like, yeah, bravo. Bravo to the artistic team. But getting back to a lot of these other human characters, aside from Master Chief himself, there really wasn't a whole lot of interesting notes to write home about with him. And I hate to keep comparing this to Star Wars, but if you think back about Rogue One, pretty fun movie in terms of the action sequences, right? Do you remember one interesting character in this? Now, you can remember all the characters in Rogue One by name. Jyn Erso, Chirrut Imwe, Cassian Andor, who I really hope they redeem in his exclusive series. But I mean, aside from Jyn Erso, who gets a tragic backstory, there's really nothing else to write home about with the characters of Rogue One. And yeah, I'll say this to my dying breath, when your most likable character in a Star Wars movie is a droid, you have a problem. Halo kind of falls under that effect, unfortunately. Aside from our main character, who is really, really badass, I love the look of Master Chief, and seeing him come to life on the small screen, albeit in the default attire, was still pretty damn cool. I overall had fun watching the Halo series. I mean, the action sequences are stellar to look at. They're directed extremely well. There's a lot of first-person shooter cinematography in here too, which is a really nice touch. But if they're gonna make a second season, I mean, I'm really, really hoping that there's some more interesting character development down the line. I'm gonna give Halo a B-. Overall, if you're a fan of the games, you're certainly going to enjoy a bunch of the Easter eggs in here like I did. But if you're looking for an amazing story-driven series like The Mandalorian or Moon Knight, you're not really going to find it here, unfortunately. But let me know what you guys thought of the Halo series down in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys played the video games and which one is your favorite, because I love talking about all things geeky over here, whether it be movies, television, video games, you name it. Go ahead and join the party. Smash that subscribe button and that notification bell right next to it. Feel free to hit that like button on your way out. This is all tremendously, tremendously helpful to the channel, folks. And guys, I've got a lot of exciting content here in the pipeline, especially as we start to really kick into high gear this summer season at the movies. Guys, y'all are the best. Keep on the lookout for more exciting content hitting this channel very, very soon. New movie reviews like for Top Gun Maverick and for Alex Garland's Men. I'll also be wrapping up my Jurassic Park playlist in the build-up to Dominion on June 10th. Lots of exciting things we can talk about, y'all. So if you haven't already, once again, one final reminder, join the party when you can. And with all that being said, back talk, commence!